Macmillan Audio presents The Whites by Richard Price. Writing is Harry Brandt. Read by Ari Fliakos. Whoever thought they would not hear the dead? Whoever thought that they could quarantine those who were not, who once had been? Stefan Edgar, Nocturnal. Death investigation constitutes a heavy responsibility, and as such, let no person deter you from the truth and your own personal commitment to see that justice is done, not only for the deceased, but for the surviving family as well. Vernon Geberth, Practical Homicide Investigation, 4th edition. Chapter 1. As Billy Graves drove down 2nd Avenue to work, the crowds worried him. 1:15 in the morning, and there were still far more people piling into the bars than leaving them. Everyone coming and going, having to muscle their way through the swaying clumps of half-hammered smokers standing directly outside the entrances. He hated the no-smoking laws. They created nothing but problems, late-night noise for the neighbors, elbow room enough for the bar-cramp beefers to finally start swinging, and a plague of off-duty limos and radio cabs all tapping their horns to hustle fares. It was the night of St. Patrick's, worst of the year for NYPD's Night Watch. The handful of detectives under Billy's command responsible for covering all of felony weight Manhattan, from Washington Heights to Wall Street between 1 a.m. and 8 a.m., when there were no active squads in any of the local precincts. There were other worse nights, Halloween and New Year's Eve for two, but St. Patrick's was the ugliest, the violence the most spontaneous and low-tech. Stompings, blunt objects, fists, more stitches than surgeries, but some very malicious acting out. 1:15 in the a.m. Tonight, as always, the calls could come in at any time, but experience had taught him that the most fraught hours, especially on a drinking holiday, were between 3 a.m. when the bars and clubs started shutting down, everyone pouring out into the streets at once, and 5 a.m. when even the most hardcore animals were out of fuel and lurching off to oblivion. On the other hand, the city being the city, Billy never knew exactly when he'd see his pillow again. 8 a.m. could find him at a local precinct writing up bullets on an egg assault for the incoming day squad, while the actor was either still in the wind or snoring in a holding cell. It could find him hanging around the ER at Harlem Hospital or Beth Israel or St. Luke's Roosevelt, interviewing family and or witnesses while waiting for the victim to either go out of the picture or pull through. It could find him strolling around an outdoor crime scene, hands in pockets, toe-searching through detritus for shell casings, or if the Prince of Peace was afoot and Yonkers-bound traffic was light, he could actually be home in time to take his kids to school. There were gung-ho detectives out there, even on the lobster shift, but Billy was not one of them. Mainly, he hoped each night that most of Manhattan's nocturnal mayhem was not worthy of his squad's attention, just petty shit that could be kicked back to patrol. "So, man, how you be?" he drawled, stepping into the 24/7 Koreans across 3rd Avenue from the office. June, the night clerk with his gaffer-taped horn rims, automatically began gathering up his regular customers' nightly ration. 3 16-ounce Rockstar energy drinks, 2 Shaolin Power Gel squibs, and a pack of Camel Lights. Billy cracked a can of Go before it could be bagged. "Too much of that shit make you even more tired," the Korean delivering his standard lecture. "Like a boomerang." "No doubt." As he reached for his Visa card, the security monitor next to the register caught Billy in all his glory. Football burly but slump-shouldered, his pale face with its exhaustion-starred eyes topped with half a pitchfork's worth of prematurely graying hair. He was only 42, but that crushed cellophane gaze of his combined with a world-class insomniac's posture had once gotten him into a movie at a senior citizen's discount.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?